Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel, Tara Talks Books, where we talk everything bookish. So today I'm going to be doing my book haul for the month of August. So this is everything that I acquired during the month of August, except for my Hello Lovely box, which I did in a separate video. So if you want to see what I picked up, just keep watching. So the first one I picked up is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. And this will be my first read by her. I haven't read anything, but this one has been getting some great reviews. I wanted to try it. And so this one, I know it's obviously a romance. So I know this is like a contemporary romance. There is limb difference within this one, something I don't think that I've read before. I can't recall a book that had that representation. So I thought that was really intriguing and I wanted to read it, as well as I believe this is like a friends to lovers romance. So I can't wait to get to this one. Again, I've heard great things, so I'm really excited about it. The next couple that I picked up are actually classics, and they're part of the Harper Muse painted editions. The first one I decided to get was The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgins Burnett. And so this one is just gorgeous. I'm going to kind of show you guys. And it has, I don't know if these are sprayed edges or the paper is just like that. I want to say the paper is just like that. The gold, but anyways, so this is obviously The Secret Garden. It is about a little girl who I believe is orphaned, and she goes to live with her uncle, and she finds a garden. I loved this movie as a kid, and so I really wanted to try the book behind it. So I ended up picking up a beautiful edition of it. One, because it's gorgeous, and two, because I really think I'm going to enjoy it. So hopefully I do. So the other Harper Muse painted edition that I picked up is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. And so this one, again, is another gorgeous one. To show you guys. I don't know, it looks really beautiful, and I decided to give this one a try. I have not read Little Women. I have seen the most recent movie, but I never have read the book. So I figured I wanted to get this edition and read it. So I plan on getting to some more classics, either by the end of this year or going into next year. After those, I ended up going to like my thrift store by my house and picking up some historical romances as well as some other classics. So that's this next little bit that I will show you. All right, so the first classic I ended up picking up from the thrift store was Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. This is actually a really short classic, and I've wanted to try some Virginia Woolf, so I figured this was a good bet to go with. And I know it's about the life of a woman, and I believe she's like throwing a party, but obviously she is preoccupied with that, but she's much more than just society hostess. So anyways, I wanted to give this one a go, and I can't wait to get to it. The next one I picked up is because of Autumn over at Nose in a Book. She really loves Wuthering Heights, and so I picked up this edition when I saw it at the thrift store. So I was like, okay, it's a beautiful edition, and two, it is one that I've wanted to try. I have not tried any Emily Bronte, so I wanted to give this one a go. And to be honest, I have no idea what Wuthering Heights is about, but I want to read more classics, so I figured I would give it a try. I have read some Jane Austen that I've really enjoyed, so I'm not sure if they're very similar. I believe Bronte, Emily Bronte is like kind of like darker, more atmospheric. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but yeah, I wanted to give this one a shot. So my thrift store ended up having quite a few Stephanie Laurens, so I ended up picking up about 4 or 5 of those. The first one is The Promise in a Kiss. I picked up 2 previously that I believe are part of this series, and so I figured why not just add more to it. I don't think I've read any Stephanie Laurens, but I wanted to give this one a try, and look at this gorgeous step back. I mean, can we just love this? So this one says on the back, what would you do if you were kissed by the most handsome stranger you'd ever seen? And what if that man was one of the notorious sinsters? So I believe this, like, I can't remember if it like follows a family, her series. And I think he's part of that. And so, yeah, I think this follows it. Another one that I picked up by Stephanie Lawrence is Devil's Bride. And this one does not have a step back, but look at the back cover. Like, just gorgeous. So this one is like a marriage of convenience because I believe they're caught in like a compromising position. And I think it's class difference too. Again, it's all part of the Sinster like family. And I believe it follows part of, I believe it follows like that family. So he's a rake, and he, I believe, is titled, and she's like a governess. And they're caught, like I said, in a compromising position, and he stuns everybody by like marrying her. So yeah, this one seems fun. I can't wait to get to it. And again, I just wanted to try some Stephanie Lawrence, and they were like at my thrift store, so I was like, why not pick them up? Another one I picked up is A Rogue's Proposal by Stephanie Lawrence. This one does have a step back, so I will show you all. I think this one's gorgeous. I just love the way he's looking at her. And I'm going to be honest, he almost looks like, what is that movie? If you've seen like Shrek 2, he looks like Prince Charming. I don't know why that came. That's what popped into my head, but that is what popped into my head. If you know, you know. So anyways, this is another part of the Sinster family. So this is another one part of the series. And this one, it looks like he needs to help her friend. And he's, of course, like a rake or a rogue and one of the most eligible bachelors. And it kind of goes from there. So the little thing says, he promised to wed her, but he never vowed to love her. So that one seems interesting. Can't wait to get to it. So this is the last of the Stephanie Lawrence that I picked up, and that one is Scandal's Bride. And this one does not have a step back, but again, it has a beautiful back cover. And I just thought that was gorgeous. Like, anyways. So it says, he will father your children. When Catriona Hennessy, Honourable Scottish Lady of the Vale, received this prediction, she was exceedingly aghast. How could she unite with a rake like Richard Sinster, a masterful man with a scandalous reputation? More shocking still was her guardian's will that decreed she and Richard be wed within a week. Though charmed by his commanding presence and wooed by his heated kisses, she would not, could not give up her independence. So she formed a plan to get the heir she needed without taking wedding vows. Richard was just as stunned by the will's command. Marriage had not previously been on his agenda, but lately he'd been feeling rather restless. Perhaps taming the lady was just the challenge he needed. But can he have the rights of the marriage bed without making any revealing promises of love? So this one seems pretty good. Can't wait to get to it. I picked up another couple ones at the thrift shop as well. They are not Stephanie Lawrence ones, but I did end up picking up Catherine Coulter. I have not read any by her, and this one is The Hellion Bride. I honestly picked it up because of this picture right here. It looked almost like piratey or like adventure-y. I don't know. So I'll read the back. It says, Dear reader, Ryder Sherbrooke is a fun-loving rake with a secret. When he travels to Jamaica to solve the mystery of the supernatural goings-on at the Sherbrooke sugar plantation, he finds another mystery as well. A sophisticated 19-year-old girl, Sophia Stanton Greville, who wants to bed him, and not, he believes, because she is simply enthralled with his handsome self or his boundless charm. Sophia has successfully controlled every man in her orbit until she meets Ryder Sherbrooke, a man she knows immediately is different from the others, a man she sees as a man she knows different from the others. Ryder Confident as only a successful rake can be when it comes to knowing women, sets out to teach her who is in charge. It's said she's already has 3 lovers. Is she indeed the outrageous tease she appears, a seductress, or is she an innocent with an ugly and terrifying secret? So this one seems pretty fun. I haven't read any by her, and I figured I'd give it a shot when I saw it at the store. And then I picked up An Offer from a Gentleman by Julia Quinn. I want to continue on in the series. I have read A Viscount Who Loved Me. I need to go back and read The Duke and I, but I wanted to read, I saw this and I figured I'd pick it up because I believe it's next after The Viscount Who Loved Me. I believe this is Benedict's story, and it's like Cinderella-esque. So I can't wait to get to this one and continue on with the Bridgerton series. I picked up some more books when I was just, out perusing. So I ended up getting a couple more historicals. And the first one I got is by Eloisa James, The Ugly Duchess. I haven't read any by her, but I need to because I just hear good things about her books. So this one is about Theodora Saxby. She's the last woman anyone expects the gorgeous James Ryburn, heir to the Duchy of Ashbrook, to marry. But after a romantic proposal before the prince himself, even practical Theo finds herself convinced of her soon-to-be duke's passion. Still, the tabloids give the marriage 6 months. Theo would have given it a lifetime until she discovers that James desired not her heart and certainly not her countenance, but her dowry. Society was shocked by their wedding and is scandalized by their separation. Now James faces the battle of his life, convincing Theo that he loves the duckling who blossomed into the swan. And Theo will quickly find that for a man with the soul of a pirate, all's fair in love and war. So this one seems really good. Can't wait to get to it as well. The next one I picked up is Duke Most Wicked by Lenora Bell. This one is part of the Wallflowers versus Rogues series. So this one says, scarred by a dark secret, Brandon Delamar, Duke of Westbury, must concede his misdeeds have finally caught up with him. With 5 younger sisters to support, he must marry for money. Sunny and steadfast Viola Beaton is no heiress. As music instructor to the Duke's sisters, she's developed a genuine affection for the bright young ladies. Unfortunately, she's also developed a forbidden passion for her wildly attractive employer. It must be the way he inspires her to compose sonatas about moonlight and kisses, or how his gaze smolders and lingers on her skin, or because he makes her heart whisper impossible things. When Westbury decrees that he'll choose not only a bride, but grooms for his sisters, Viola can't allow him to curtail their freedom. She strikes a bargain. If he allows the sisters to attend the season, Viola will shop around them and keep them safe from scandal. Only, what if Viola and the Duke are the ones most likely to cause scandal? Ooh, so this one sounds so good. I can't wait to get to it. I ended up picking up another Lenora Bell, and that one is Love is a Rogue. This is also part of the Wallflowers versus Rogues series. This one is, once upon a time in Mayfair, a group of wallflowers formed a secret society with goals that had absolutely nothing to do with matrimony. Their most troublesome obstacle, rogues. So that seems fun. Another one I picked up is What's a Duke Got to Do with It by Christina Britton. I picked this one up because B over at Mama Needs to Read Romance, I believe, read this one and rated it pretty high. And so I wanted to give this one a try. So this one says, in this delightful Regency romp, a duke will have to decide whether a second chance at love is worth losing it all. So this one seems like a second chance romance, and I can't wait to get to this one. Another one I ended up picking up because I've read from this author before, and that one is My Fake Rake by Ava Lee. This one is part of the Union of the Rakes. So I did end up reading What I Laid to the Duke by her and enjoyed it, so I wanted to give this one a try. So this one says, when a blue stocking enlists a faux suitor to help land her ideal husband, she's blindsided by real desire. So this one sounds fun. I can't wait to get to it. Let's see. It says, Lady Grace Wyatt is content as a wallflower, focusing on scientific pursuits rather than the complications of society matches. But when handsome, celebrated naturalist returns from abroad, Grace wishes for once to be noticed. Her solution to build the perfect man who will court her publicly and help her catch his eye. Grace's colleague, anthropologist Sebastian Holloway, is just the blank slate she requires. To further his own research on English society, Sebastian allows Grace to transform him from a bespectacled, bookish academic into a dashing, albeit fake, rake. Between secret lessons on how to be a rogue and exaggerated public flirtations, Grace's feelings for Sebastian grow from friendship into undeniable, inconvenient, real attraction. If only she hadn't asked him to help her marry someone else. Sebastian is in love with brilliant, beautiful Grace, but their bargain is complete and she desires another. Yet when he's faced with losing her forever, Sebastian will do whatever it takes to tell her the truth, even if it means risking his own future and his heart. Ooh, so this one sounds amazing. Can't wait to get to it. The last historical I ended up picking up is by Joanna Lindsey. This one is A Loving Scoundrel. I haven't read anything by Joanna Lindsey, but I want to give this one a try. So this one is part of the Mallory Anderson family series. I haven't read any, so I'm not sure. But it says the son of a gentleman pirate falls in love with a streetwise young woman he hires as his maid. So this one says, when Danny, a young woman from the London streets with no memory of her real family, helps Jeremy Mallory steal back the jewels his friend lost in a card game, she demands he give her a legitimate job. Intrigued by her beauty and spunk, Jeremy hires her as his upstairs maid, despite really wanting her to be his mistress. Under Jeremy's tutelage, Danny blossoms into a lady. Although she is drawn to the rake by a passion she has never experienced before, she refuses to be anything more than a servant to him. But when she poses as Jeremy's new love interest, his peers can't help but notice how familiar she looks. Now tongues are wagging, threatening not only Danny's chances of capturing Jeremy's heart, but her very life. So this one seems fun. Has a little bit of a mystery element, maybe romantic suspense. Again, I haven't tried any Joanna Lindsey, so I wanted to get to this one. We are down to my last two books. The first one I picked up is The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. I actually saw this one over at Christi's channel. Christi reads a lot, and I believe she really enjoyed this one, so I wanted to give it a shot. And it says, a shy bookworm enlists her charming neighbor to help her score a date, not knowing he's the obscure author she's been corresponding with, in this sparkling and heart-fluttering romance by Christina Forrest. So this one just sounds really good. Two like bookish characters, so I thought that would be fun. And then the last one is actually not a romance at all, and it is a historical fiction, and that one is The Last Lifeboat by Hazel Gaynor. This one was on like my anticipated releases, my last one that I did, and so I wanted to pick it up and get to it. But this one, I believe it's inspired by like true events. So this one says 1940 Kent. Alice King is not brave or daring. She's happiest finding adventure through the safe pages of books. But times of war demand courage, and as the threat of German invasion looms, a plane crash near her home awakens a strength in Alice she'd long forgotten. Determined to do her part, she discovers a role perfectly suited to her experience as a school teacher, to help with the evacuation of British children to Canada. 1940 London. Lily Nichols once dreamed of using her mathematical talents for more than tabulating the cost of groceries, but life and love charted a different course. With two lively children and a loving husband, Lily's humble home is her world, until war tears everything asunder. With her husband gone and bombs raining down, Lily is faced with an impossible choice. Keep her son and daughter close, knowing she may not be able to protect them, or register them for the government's new overseas evacuation program, which offers the possibility of safety in ocean away, but not without risk. When a Nazi U-boat torpedoes the SS Carlisle as it transports children to Canada, a single lifeboat of survivors is left adrift in the storm-tossed Atlantic. Alice and Lily, strangers to each other, one on land, the other at sea, will quickly become the other's very best hope as their lives become fatefully entwined. Ooh, this one like gave me chills. It sounds so good. I picked up a ton of books in August, so I'm probably going to rein it in for September. Let me know if you've read any of these books in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe if you'd like to. Bye.